Hi guys! Shit, let me just have a quick sip of water. I forgot to have a sip before I put the camera on. Okay, sorry about that. As you were. Right, guys. So I just did a video on meditation. If you haven't seen it and you're watching this one, guys, please like, share, subscribe. Let's get the algorithms going. I don't make money off of this. It's not about that, but it's about getting people out there to pay attention to what's going on, and they may need it. Okay, so that balance of giving and receiving, I'm just putting that out there. Okay, guys, so this video is quite an important one as well. What I want to talk to you about today is morning routines, okay? Spiritual morning routines and why they are important. So for the longest time, I was going through the worst time in my marriage, and it was coming. I knew it was coming to the end. I was in my Reiki classes, and I was busy studying my different levels of Reiki. And every morning, without fail, I would get up an hour early. Okay, now I'm just giving you an experience through a very traumatic, a very tough time. Okay, so I'm using this as an example. I'm starting in with an example. I'm not saying everyone has to get up an hour early. I get that we're all tired, that things are stressful, but I just want to use this as an example to explain to you the power of your morning routine. Okay. I would get up an hour early every morning, and I would do my Reiki self-healing, and I would do a chakra clearing meditation, and then I would just sit in meditation for a little while. And it would take me about an hour to do the entire process, right? And every day was incredibly stressful for me in the sense that my ex and I were coming out of, she was my wife at the time, we're coming out of a very tricky situation, very, very tricky. No blame, but it was a very tricky situation. And I was having to bear quite a substantial amount of responsibility at the same time as trying to do my healing and. Okay. Now, what happened is, by doing that ritual every single morning without fail, I was able to stay grounded. I was able to stay clear. I was able to stay calm and not responsive to what was going on around me. Okay. Now, that becomes very important, especially at the moment. We are going through such tricky energies at the moment. There constantly seems to be something happening and going on. And, we're going into a very hectic retrograde period now. And when I say hectic, I don't mean necessarily bad hectic, but certainly a very intense energetic phase, all right, with all of the retrogrades. We've got 5 planets in, or 4 planets in. We've got the 5th one. We've got Mercury going in on the 23rd, which is tomorrow. It's going in tomorrow. So what I want to say to you here is, we do our morning routines, right? Because when we meditate, it keeps us grounded. If you don't know how to meditate, please watch that other little video. It really is just a very basic way to teach you that you just need to be present. Okay, that meditation is not always what it necessarily seems to be. Okay, not that that was a really bad miscommunication on my part. Is that it doesn't have to be as difficult as everyone makes it out to be. Let me rephrase that. Okay. But any kind of situation, okay, so through the worst time of my life, stuck to that religiously. Not only did it give me something to look forward to every day, it gave me time. So I was nurturing myself, I was healing myself. Okay. Now I get that everyone can't do the Reiki healing on themselves, and it's not about that. It's about finding a routine that works for you. One of the things I really probably should have said in the other video, but I really need to say in this one, just because you follow people and you admire them for their spiritual spaces and things like that, does not mean that what works for them is what's going to work for you. In spirituality, we all tell our clients, and we all, like when I'm doing these messages on Facebook, and when I'm on YouTube, when I'm doing my write-ups on Facebook, when I do my readings, the whole thing is about identifying your magic. Now, if we expect people, right, to focus on their magic and to shine their magic, which is unique to them, we can't expect one specific prescriptive element of spirituality to fit every single person. Not possible. It's not possible. Okay. You can't take something that's star-shaped and shove it into a small square. It's not going to work. So what I want to say to you is spend some time exploring. I'm going to give you a couple of things to go through and to look at and to think about. But start exploring what really works for you, what really, really gets to you and really makes you feel good. Okay. Meditation, I have to say, is key. I know there are a lot of people going, ugh, Mara, I can't do it. Just watch the little video. I think it's like 10 minutes or something like that. It becomes something that becomes a part of your life that you really start looking forward to doing. Okay, I haven't meditated. I went through about 12 days, it's like 10 or 12 days this month where I didn't meditate, and I felt it, guys. I really, really felt it. It becomes a daily thing that there are days when I feel like I feel so good after my meditations that there are days where I think, okay, I want to do another one today. And there are days where I do it three times a day. There are days where I do it twice a day. There are days where I can only do it once a day. But I try and make sure that I show up for myself like that every single day. And the reason for that is it's about being present. When you are present, the past and the future doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Okay, you're present now. Well, this is where your power lies in these moments. It's all that you can control are these moments. Okay. So roughly what's happened now, I don't do that same process every day. I don't get up an hour early and all that. I get up at my set time, and I'm sad to say that my day starts with brushing up dog hair because my dogs are shedding like there's no tomorrow. But I make sure that I do things like that. I make sure that my space is clean and clear because you don't want to go into a space of it's a sanctuary, it's a sacred space. You don't want that to be in an untidy space, okay? Because that's not going to make you feel good either. So I start off by making sure that my space is clear. If I need to sage, then I sage. And then I go through my morning routine once I've had a shower so that I am clean as well. Okay. And my morning routine goes a specific way. There are mornings when, if I'm wanting to do like a long meditation, what I will do is I'll do that in bed before I even start. Okay. That's like I'll go make tea, I'll let the dogs out for a toilet break, they'll come back in, and I'll get back onto the bed and I'll do meditation if it's a long one. Okay. So like an hour or so. Then I'll do it in bed. Also depends on my schedules and my day, right? Otherwise, I'm at my desk and I put my earphones on and I do the meditation. Okay, the other thing I do, I should have had them here, every single day, I touch base with my cards. Every single morning. There are a couple of decks that I like to use, so some days I'll only do 2 decks, some days I'll do 4 decks. I will do whatever it takes to connect in, all right? Connecting in with Source in your morning routine is invaluable. Okay, so meditation opens us up to it, and when we are connecting in with our cards and getting messages for the day, not only are we getting guidance for the day, okay, how things are going to go, where it's going to go, what's going to happen, but what it also allows us to do is that it connects in with the messaging from Spirit. Okay, so yes, you can receive messages from meditations and things like that. I do often. I'll get messages about things and I'll get inspiration from things like that. But this is a way to give us direct answers, is probably the best way to say it. So if you're not clear on, like you're not 100% clear on how you are interpreting messages through your meditations and things like that, cards are a great way to do it. I use tarot and I use oracle and I work with it. Okay. What it also does is if you are like a tarot and oracle card fan like I am, it helps you learn the cards a bit better. You become a bit more familiar with the cards. And it does actually grow your knowledge of the cards, okay? Because you start learning to read things slightly differently, especially with the tarot cards, because those are very specific, all right? But I love to do it. So I include it in my routine because I love to do it. So it's something that brings me joy, but that also connects me to Spirit, okay? The other thing I make sure that I do during my spiritual routine, I have a glass of water. Okay, I start my day off, I do have tea in the morning, but I start my day predominantly off with a glass of water because that helps me recalibrate my energy for the day. Water is vitally important for us to have our recalibration systems in play when we are processing energy for the day. Okay, so just understand that. Right, what else I do, okay, these are my mala beads. Okay, mala beads, I did mention them briefly in the meditation one. Mala beads are a beautiful way to do your affirmations. Okay, so if you're not into mala beads and you don't like the concept, that's absolutely fine. But I do tend to do affirmations during my morning routine. It kind of affirms that I am. Okay, and it was quite. I saw something the other day, and I really, it isn't sitting well with me. I have to be honest, and I'm really all about speaking openly about stuff and how I feel about different things. I saw quite a young guy talking about the I am affirmations. And he says that you shouldn't do the I am affirmations because they come from your base chakra, and that's working from a place of fear. Now, I have to be honest, I've pondered this for a couple of days, and I disagree with that. I have to say, my personal opinions, I disagree with that. If that resonates with you, then don't do the I am mantras or the affirmations. Find other things to do that give you joy. But for me, when I step into that I am power, it's that God energy. I am that I am. It's that power of claiming what you want and who you are. Okay. So I, for example, will go, I am service. I am love. I am abundance. I am joy. Whatever it is that I want to be doing, I claim it that I am. And I'll do as many of these as I feel I want to do. By this stage of the game, I have a cup of tea and I'm sitting outside and I'm connecting in with nature. Okay. So I may not be sitting on the grass because I'm getting dressed for my day, but I sit on a chair and I look out to the beautiful tree. I've got a green belt right next to me, and I've got a pair of hawk eagles that are nesting there, and there's a little kingfisher that comes to visit me, Rooney, and I connect in with all of that abundant nature around me, and I connect in with Gaia while I have my tea and I do my mantras. Okay, so look, I have quite an in-depth kind of system because of what I do. Okay, because of what I do, and because I just love it. I love the idea of ritual and routine. You guys need to make this work for you. So if you don't enjoy cards but you enjoy mala beads, then skip the cards, go to mala beads. If you like all of it, try and make that time. What I want to say to you is it is a discipline. So it is something you have to do every day. When I say have to do every day, you don't actually have to do anything every day. But what you are basically doing is giving yourself that time. Sorry, I'm just trying to pick up a diary that I want to show you. For the love of the goddess and all things holy. Sorry, and I've damaged the packaging of the cover. What I want to say to you is that time is your time to connect in, and it's also your own time. So if you have a busy household, if you have all of that space, that clutter from everybody else around you, this is your time to just shut everybody out and do what you need to do. Okay. So I do meditation very often in bed. Then I get up and get everything sorted out, and then I come through and I'll do, after showers and all that, I'll do that. So it's all segmented. It's not necessarily all in the same space of time. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. Then I go outside to connect with nature, and for me personally, I invoke Merlin. I work a lot with Ascended Master Merlin. So I generally connect with him during that time and have a conversation with Kelso as well. And then what I do, I created a little book for myself, and this is my gratitude journal. It was just a simple black A4 book which I covered, right? Because I would really love to end up living in France one day. And so I've got the Marie Antoinette style paper, scrapbooking paper that I had, and I covered that book as a gratitude for the space that I will have in France one day. And every day I write in my journal, and sometimes it's not so much about, how do I say this? It's not always about gratitude for what I've received. Sometimes it's about gratitude for what I don't know is coming. Sometimes it's gratitude for what I've avoided and that hasn't been brought to my table. Sometimes it's for things that I have only realized I needed to be grateful later on. Okay, that's a big one. So all of that goes into this journal. I write it all into this journal, and I then kind of start my day. Okay, I do say prayers. I do also say prayers, but I tend to do prayers all over the place, and I do tend to make another whole ritual and ceremony out of that. Okay, that's kind of like how I do it. But I mean, I have, like, if I am really in need of something, or if I really like just want to say thanks. But I generally give gratitude in my journal. But otherwise, if I am needing help with something, or I'm looking for an answer or anything like that, I then say a prayer. So prayers are very much a part of that as well when I need it to be. If it's something big and I'm wanting some serious help with something, then I generally do an offering and stuff like that. And no, it's not an animal offering, just before somebody goes, what do you do? My offerings are generally, when I'm working with the goddess or the gods, I generally leave food out for animals, the wild animals. So that's my offering back to them, to protect Gaia and to look after Gaia. Okay, guys, so I just needed to do this. Spirit came through and I don't know why they've wanted me to put that. Well, I do know why they've wanted me to put that out. That's not true. But I don't want to make this a long video. I don't want it to make a complicated video. What I want to say to you is find what works for you. Make sure that so like today I woke up with my house being really funky. The energy was really funky, and I realized I hadn't saged for a while, which was really not like me. I saged the whole house today, all right? So I got that all cleared up. And the energy was different immediately, I have to be honest. So saging is a huge part of what you need to do in order to keep your space clean, all right? That's vital. But what I'm really trying to say is, what I wanted you all to understand is that these moments that we have our morning rituals and our start to the day, and the reason it is at the start of the day is so that we're starting connected to spirit. We're starting our day connected to source for our guidance, for our for everything, really, for everything. It doesn't matter what spirit is to you, whether it's God or goddess or whatever it is, whatever your faith is, or but it's about connecting into the divine externally, so our divine internally is functioning at full capacity, which is important, because we will work through things and we'll walk through things with more compassion, being more grounded, being calmer about everything, being clearer on everything. When I am in a funk for some reason and I'm feeling all out of sorts, this tends to fall out. Or if I have skipped a day or two, it actually more lies to the fact that I then go into a funk, to be brutally honest. So they want you to know that this connection in the morning becomes imperative for us to function. If we are on our spiritual path in whichever way, you don't have to be a light worker. You can just be in the space of wanting to grow your spirituality, wanting to be more connected. This, guys, is the way to do it. Okay? Just get some kind of routine for yourself. Having a cup of tea that you really love in nature can be the greatest act of connection. You're connecting in with the earth energy. All right? It can be that even if you can only do a quick thing in the morning, just something to touch base, right? You can't maybe do everything that you want to do. But then try and touch base in the evening again. Try and keep that balance. Try and keep yourself connected. The reason I'm saying this, we need to be grounded and we need to be connected now more than ever. All of my energy updates have spoken about us transcending and going into 5D energies and. This year, these spiritual routines, whatever they are, you can literally do whatever you want. There are days where I've got a heart chakra spray that a friend of mine gifted me a set of heart chakra oils, and I've put some alcohol in this and I've turned it into a spray. There are times where I'm feeling like I'm grieving or I need to open my heart space to be something else. I spray that. It doesn't matter what you do, as long as it aligns with you and it feels right for you. Just like that I am thing, saying it's coming from a bad place. I don't understand that. I don't believe that. When I'm amming it because I want to claim that energy. Okay. Oh, there's one other thing that I do, and this is an important one. So if you love music like I do, I'm really obsessed with my music. The newest part of my regime, I have one song that I listen to sort of every morning. Okay, you can choose whatever song motivates you, whatever song gets you vava-vooming. I did say in the other one, there are two songs that I work to when I'm meditating. Enigma is the Return to Innocence is a song that I actually physically meditate to. The other song is Lorena McKennett's. It's called The Mystic's Dream. Okay, and that one I tend to do with meditations when I'm going into prayers and rituals. It's a bit more kind of airy fairy Avalonish. Okay, however, there's one song that I use, and it's a very powerful song for me. It doesn't matter what the song is, guys, as long as you have a song that really riles you and gets you going and makes you connect in with your power. Okay, I listen to that song because I nearly forgot this before I signed off. Can you believe the spirit would have killed me? Well, not really, but you know. One of the biggest motivations for connecting in with these energies and doing our morning rituals, right, is to connect in with our power. Okay, to empower ourselves. We do that by being connected. We do that by being grounded. We do that by being non-responsive to stuff around us. Okay, when we can act from a place of dignity when somebody is being feisty and all helpful, then we are raising our own vibration. Okay, we are stepping in our power. We are showing that we are empowered and these things do not affect us. Okay, that's just a simple example. And I every day have something that I say, because this is my journey and what I'm working with. I go, I am the unstoppable force. I am the immovable object. That is my little thing every single morning, because Spirit has shown me a massive end game and I don't know how the hell I'm going to get there. And so every day I claim that as my power. I am an unstoppable force and I am an immovable object. And what I mean by the immovable object is that I am planted where Spirit will place me and I will grow. I will not move from that space. Okay. Well, until they replant me, because, you know, Spirit has a way of doing that. I'm just saying. But it is something that I am very strong on. So you can use this time as well to affirm your power, to affirm your strength, to affirm where you're wanting to go. Okay, so if you are feeling really stuck, I mean, there are a couple of songs that I can think of, like seriously, when you're feeling stuck and you're not feeling motivated, Katy Perry, Rise. What's that group? Okay, it's a country song for those who don't like country. Don't go rushing off into this one. Stand by Rascal Flatts is a really good song as well. Those kinds of songs motivate us to keep going. Okay, so if you're feeling flat, turn to your music. If you've just got a song that inspires you or calms you or whatever it is, but I can't believe I nearly forgot that. I listen to that song every single morning. The first thing I do, and it's all of that stuff that I'm doing starts my day on a positive note, because everything brings positivity to me. And yes, you know, the days where I get difficult cards, I may not get great cards every day, but I'm still positive about it because I've had the heads up and I then can action what I need to action to change the energy that is a possibility for that day. And I can make my day the way I want it to be. Okay, please, guys, you need to start looking at your morning routines. It is imperative that we step into this kind of stuff. And it's great to say my mornings are busy, but then cut out the time. If you have to wake up early, wake up early. If I know that I've got early clients, I get up half an hour to an hour before, so I do my morning routine before I actually go into my clients, because it really is something that feeds your soul. It nourishes you. And it actually brings you to life in ways I can't explain unless you actually do it for yourselves. Okay, so I know that sounds uber dramatic. It's not meant to, but it is actually the truth. All right, guys. So I have got a couple more videos to put out. I'm not doing any more today. I'm doing 2 today, and I'll try and do a video or 2 tomorrow. I did say in the last one, I'm sorry. I'm missing days and weeks have just flown by. I didn't realize it was like 10 days since I'd done the last video. It suddenly has just disappeared. Time has literally just disappeared. So I am sending you all lots and lots of love, and I will be back tomorrow with different videos that I want to put up, something like why it's important to maintain our energetic bodies and things like that. And I don't know what else. Spirit's given me a whole list of things, but I'll see what they want to deal with tomorrow, and then those 2 will come up. I can't say what they're going to be, but they'll be there. Okay, so sending you lots of love. I'm sorry this ran long, but please just, guys, get serious about your morning routines. It's really imperative for you to connect and to empower yourselves in the morning, to calm yourselves in the morning, to ground yourselves in the morning, to connect in the morning. Okay, it starts your day in the right way, and when you start in a good space, um, your day tends to go a bit better, and then it becomes a week, and then it becomes a month, and then it becomes 6 months, and then it becomes a year of it going better. Okay, so sending you big loves, and I will chat to you tomorrow. Big loves, guys.